If you interviewed 500 of the most successful people to have ever lived and then implemented the advice they gave you, do you think you would discover similar success? I do, but where could we possibly get such valuable info? Luckily, a man named Napoleon Hill wrote a book named Think and Grow Rich where he did exactly that. So in this Think and Grow Rich book summary, I'm going to be going over what I believe to be some of Napoleon Hill's biggest secrets that he reveals in Think and Grow Rich. Welcome to Untapped Potential. Let's tap into yours today. Now, this won't be a complete book summary since there is so much great info in Think and Grow Rich that this video would go on forever if I went over everything. So instead, I'm going to be going over some of the most impactful ideas and easiest ideas to grasp in the book, and also go over some things you can implement right away. I highly recommend you buy this book, which I will link down below if you want to dive deeper, and I may even do some more videos on this book in the future if you're interested. So in my eyes, the first 3 chapters are some of the most important in the book. They are the chapters on desire, faith, and auto-suggestion. Many of the other chapters actually refer back to these ones so often due to their importance. The first one is a simple one. You can't possibly expect to accumulate riches or whatever it is you want without a burning desire to do so, because without a burning desire, you are most likely to quit at the first sign of resistance. You need to create an intense, burning obsession with your goal. You mix this with autosuggestion and faith that it will happen, persistence, and a plan, and you have a recipe for success. Here's an exercise actually given in the book that you can do in order to help you create a burning desire towards acquiring a certain amount of money. Edison even signed off on this, saying that this is not only a way to acquire riches, but to accomplish anything in life. First step is you need to fix in your mind the exact amount of money you want. Second is you need to determine exactly what you intend on giving in return for this money, as there is no such thing as getting something for nothing. Write down a definite date by which you intend to acquire this money. Then you need to create a definite plan to acquire this money and take the first step immediately. Essentially, you need to take action immediately. 5 is to write out the first 4 items that I just said above into a clear and concise sentence describing each part, and then most importantly, you need to read this statement aloud both morning and night and visualize yourself in possession of the money while reading it. Now, although this may seem odd at first, by being persistent with this, you'll actually start to believe what you're saying. This combines autosuggestion with faith, which we'll cover in a moment. So after you have a burning desire, you need to develop faith in accomplishing your goal. Again, without faith, you may give up way too soon. The book describes faith as a state of mind which may be induced or created by affirmation or repeated instructions to the subconscious mind through the principle of autosuggestion. When you have faith, you believe in something or that something will happen even if you don't have all the evidence first. It's why it's called a leap of faith. You are plunging yourself into the unknown and trusting that if you follow everything, things will work out. As the book says, faith is developed by repetition of affirmation of orders to your subconscious mind, and it's the only known method of voluntary development of the emotion of faith. And that's exactly what the earlier exercise will do. You are repeating your statement twice a day, trying to impress it upon your subconscious. After doing this enough times of repeating it with feeling, you will start to believe that it will happen. Now you'll notice I just said with feeling. It is important that you say your statement with feeling because all thoughts that have been emotionalized and mixed with faith are more likely to influence your subconscious. Okay, so now that we have burning desire and faith, we need to throw autosuggestion into the mix. Now, autosuggestion simply means self-suggestion. You have absolute control over the material that reaches your subconscious mind. The unfortunate thing is most people don't actually exercise this control. Now, the book says this can happen in 2 ways. Either you are using autosuggestion as an agency of control through which you voluntarily feed the subconscious mind on thoughts of your choosing, or by neglect, you permit thoughts of a destructive nature to find their way into your mind and take root. Make no mistake, there isn't any middle ground here. If you do not take control over the suggestions being fed to your mind, it will be done for you by your environment, the people around you, ads, and so on. So if you decide to not take control of your mind, you are essentially turning over the key to your mind to everything else. So yeah, choose to make your own suggestions. That way you can create the beliefs that you want and not be influenced by the beliefs others want you to believe. Remember also that when you are using autosuggestion, plain unemotional words do not influence your subconscious. You need to feed it emotionalized words in order to influence it. We are emotional creatures. Now don't worry if you can't do this at first. With persistence, which we're about to cover, you will get better. Like it says in the book, the price of ability to influence your subconscious mind is everlasting persistence in applying the principles described here. Essentially, what this means is you can't just do this for a week, give up, and say it doesn't work. It actually takes consistency and persistence to influence your subconscious. But it is well worth it. And I'm going to leave you with two other ideas from the book that I think tie into the ones that we just went over very well. The first one being the one I just mentioned, which is persistence. Now, persistence is actually a state of mind that can be developed by having a definiteness of purpose, desire, habit, willpower, and so on. For example, if you create a plan, you need to be persistent with it or you can't hope for results. If any of you work out, you'll know this to be true. You can't just go to the gym for a week and expect to be fit, but if you go to the gym every day for months or even years and you follow a workout plan and an eating plan, you'll absolutely get into shape. It's the same idea when it comes to acquiring riches, becoming wealthy, or really achieving anything that you want. You need to be persistent, even during the days when you don't want to do it or when you encounter setbacks. Essentially, if you remain persistent, you will succeed. So the final idea I want to leave you with is decision. One of the most crippling habits that kills our progress and success is procrastination, and I'm sure you've procrastinated at one time or another. I know I have. Unfortunately, it is one of the most common traits among unsuccessful people. Now, successful people, on the other hand, come to decisions quickly, take action, and are very slow to change their mind or give up on the decision. This basically means that they give the decision a chance before trying something else. Because if you just make a decision to do something but switch to something else every week, sure, you're technically being decisive, but you aren't giving each decision the time it needs to build and bear fruit. Make decisions quickly and change these decisions slowly, if at all. Okay, so there are some of my favorite ideas from Think and Grow Rich that I believe you can start to implement right away in your life. Now, there are so many other great ideas like organized planning, the sixth sense, and so much more in Think and Grow Rich. So if you want to learn more, be sure to buy the book, and I will be making videos on the other chapters in this book later. Now, I personally read this book every day and find it to be really helpful doing that to let these ideas sink in. Again, this is actually using some of the stuff we went over in this video by reading this book every day. Now, I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it with someone you think would benefit from it. Also, be sure to subscribe to Untapped Potential for more great videos, and I'll see you in the next video.